welcome to another instalment of FSW, me, Maff Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, Jodie Marsh has finally got a reason to actually be in the papers. She has turned herself into, I don't know, a strong conker? I don't know. Maybe an angry David Dickinson? I'm not quite sure. I don't know how to describe it, but Jodie's worked tirelessly over 50 days by getting her body to look like a man's. Well done! Right, she said that she did it with a strict diet with loads of protein liquids. And she's saying that she's never been in better shape and that men find her sexier now, but more than ever. Really? Yeah, these men. Yeah, they're deeply dippy about the way she looks. It's also attracting these two. That's Louis there saying, swallow it, swallow it. There's been a lot of negative comments about Jodie's new look, but I would like to say congratulations on your hard work, because everyone used to know you for yeah, what's she phone? Getting your tits out, that's right, yeah, that's what you're famous for, well done. But not anymore, now she's famous for having more testosterone than Titus Bramble. So, the man who doesn't like to have the piss taken out of him for being fat has been in the papers this week. Good old fatty bum bum Eamon Holmes. He annoys me, I don't know if you watch this morning, he annoys me, and I don't understand how the fuck Ruth puts up with him, right? You know? Let alone put up with him, she's actually married to him, but that must be... She definitely goes on top, though. She must definitely go on top. Right? And probably with a defibrillator next to the bed, just in case. Not again. Clear! For the first time that I can remember, though, Eamon was actually accurate with one of his accusations. Live on air on This Morning, he called Jonathan Wilkes a retard. Well done, Eamon. He is a retard, right? Because let's be honest, if Jonathan Wilkes didn't know Robbie Williams, would he be famous? You know, well, probably just in the Stoke area, and probably just for having all 5 stars at McDonald's, so well done. Eamon immediately realised what he'd done wrong and went straight back onto the back foot, apologised to the viewers. He did apologise to Jonathan, but he didn't really quite understand what was going on, and just carried on eating Play-Doh, so... But later on in the programme, he did address the camera directly to make an official withdrawal from the comments because a man had complained who had an autistic child and was offended. Eamon then said it was just a moment of jest, he didn't mean to offend anyone, and by the way, still really help, I don't think, did it? Lads, little tip for you, don't lend your wife your iPad to use the internet, and not because it's bloody difficult to individually delete some hits from the history. Right? A man in Cleethorpes, that's an actual place, I haven't made that up, it sounds like it has, right? But it's an actual place. A man in Cleethorpes lent his wife his iPad to search for something, only to discover that she had been looking up creative ways to tell your husband you are pregnant. Yeah. His reaction perhaps wasn't the best, because then he searched creative ways to leave your wife. He didn't. He just, he searched homemade abortions. He didn't. What he actually said was how to fake happiness. They got away with it. Nicole Kidman has cost some film producers a lot of money this week after she pulled out the film that was being shot in Germany. A film in Germany? How bad is your career going? Seriously, name a German film. Yeah, exactly. The only ones I can name were the ones that came out of Germany in the 80s and were porn. It's creepy, that, isn't it? That is creepy. Kidman is the second leading lady to pull out of the film after Rachel Weisz also pulled out. So now they're looking for someone to play the lead role. The film is about the first man to have a sex change. Hey, I got an idea. How about her? Yeah. How good is this? How good spirited are these two, by the way? Two 17-year-olds in Bath found a suitcase with $5,000 in it and handed it in. What the fuck are you doing? Do you know how long you could have been in Spearmint Rhino with $5,000? 12 minutes. That's without buying a drink as well, I'll tell you. But you know, if that was me, if I'd have found that when I was 17, I'd have spanked the lot on soul-to-soul clothes because it was 1991 and I thought I was black. And do you know what the most heartbreaking thing about it is? When they handed it in, the owner of the $5,000 didn't even give them a reward. Type bastard. The police stepped in and offered a reward. Their reward was a tour of the station. Yeah. Probably mainly the sales, I reckon, because they definitely nicked it. Ladies and gentlemen, we opened last week's episode of FSW with some bad news. I'm afraid to say it's got worse. Chantel and Alex have now got engaged. Yeah, there he is there, just checking to see if she needs her nappy changed. So they got engaged. Yeah, because that's going to last, isn't it? The pair of them haven't had a relationship that's lasted as long as Nicolaire in her house, let's be honest. But seriously, even Katie Price said it won't last. That's how I was doing it. The pair of them haven't even let the ink dry on their divorce. In fact, Alex is still married. So, did he propose in a classy way? No, not at all. He doesn't know what class is. Well, he does, but it's economy. Right? He proposed on RTE's Saturday night show. So the good news is, no one saw it. Not even the Irish people. And what I like is the look on the host, Brendan O'Connor. Look at his face there. He's about to say, oh, for fuck's sake. Limelight should be on me. Is it even legal for two retards to marry? I don't know. Let's check with an expert. And finally, a quadruple rainbow has been discovered. You know, not them. This is the one. I know, when you say quadruple, there's only actually 2 rainbows there, but apparently the 3rd and 4th rainbows were behind him. Yeah, of course they were, yeah. I've seen the cast from The Only Way is Essex doing Sudoku as well, yeah, good, yeah. If it was behind him, then why don't you just turn around and take the picture? Because I, for one, don't believe it. However, I scrolled down and actually found out that he did take a picture, and this was what was at the bottom of the rainbow. And then they went to the other end. That's actually 2 for 1. That's a gay leprechaun. So, yeah, come on. That's all from me this week. Join me again next week for some more FSW. Good night.